Tadi, thank you for coming. Okay. I'm starting, okay? Author, entrepreneur, and flower therapist, Jhelum Biswas was born and brought up in Kolkata, developed her aesthetics early on with her mother in the beauty business and father in photography. What a fantastic combination. Her city made her a bibliophile, and later she pursued MA and MPhil in English literature in Jawaharlal Nehru University. Jhelum joined the India Today group and worked as a beauty editor for a decade for lifestyle magazines such as Harper's, Bazaar, Good Housekeeping, Prevention, and Women's Health. Later, she took up the role of marketing head for Sephora India and worked on the India launch of different famous beauty brands. She worked as the marketing head for Satyapal. In 2014, Jhelum had to take a sabbatical from work due to ill health. However, this proved to be a boon. Her Buddhist practice gave her the tools to self reflect, focus, and understand how she could serve others. As she healed herself with alternative therapies, she began learning them as well. She started a website on beauty, Jhelum Biswas, www.beautybeats.in, and created a collection of beauty products called Jhelum Loves. In 2019, Jhelum's debut book, Phool Proof, it's PHOLLPROOF, Indian Flowers, Their Myths, Traditions, and Usage, was launched by Penguin Random House. In 2020, her three short stories were published in the anthology called None of a Kind. In 2021, she released her book of poems called My Color is Love. Based on her training, Jhelum has developed her own way of healing called foolproof therapy that includes Bach flower therapy, meditation, aromatherapy, and chakra healing. She hosts 3 Instagram live shows, Praise to Raise, Mirror Mirror, Healing Me Softly, and Telling Tales. In April 2022, she joined Tipsy Beauty as the business head. Education. Pursuing PhD in English Literature from Amity University, Haryana, she has completed, as I already told you, her MA and MPhil in English Literature from JNU Delhi. Jhelum is trained in makeup from University of Arts, London. She has completed 3 levels of backflower therapy from Bach International Education Program, UK, and is a member of Dr. Edward Bach Foundation International Register of Practitioners. Jhelum has learned aromatherapy, perfumery, chakra, and integrated healing from Institute of Holistic Health Sciences, Mumbai. She has diplomas in ancient magic and flower psychometry from Center of Excellence, UK. So today we will listen to Jhelum about how flower has power and how flowers can heal. Over to you, Jhelum.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Amuchudi, for this introduction. And as you know, she mentioned about a lot of things that I do, and I know it's a varied number of things that I do. But when I introduce myself, I like to call myself a flower witch. And it is also because, I immediately get the attention that I want. But at the same time, I mean, not as a joke, but I would like to say that I say this because I do believe that I am a flower witch. So, the concept of a witch has always been an evil person who has got a very large, bulbous nose, maybe has a mole on her face. And if you think of it, the first image that comes is the three witches of Macbeth. So, but if you are to really understand, I mean, those were stereotypes, and many a times witches were not understood for what they are, and hence they were persecuted. So, who is a witch? A witch is someone who stirs up unusual recipes. So you will see pots and pans and other ladles and a very a little unique and a little different sort of a kitchen around a witch. So I do think that I also stir up a lot of recipes, food, as well as fragrances, Hence, I think I qualify. That's one of the qualifying things for being a witch. The other thing is that, the witches are able to speak with the power, with the powers of nature, and they also speak in rhymes. And since I am a poet as well, I do write a lot of poetry based on nature, and I feel that I am also able to have a dialogue with nature, specifically flowers. And also, if you heard what Shamushri, the introduction she gave me, that my career path has been very, it has been constantly changing gears, and I've traversed several diverse paths. And that is what, I think also qualifies me as a witch, because witches don't take the beaten path. We try to do things in a different way. And yeah, another aspect is witches fly off on brooms. I don't do that, but I do fly off on my, my dreams and fancies. And also, witches, as I said, they were misunderstood for the longest of time, and they continue to be misunderstood, which is why they face a lot of opposition from society because of their beliefs. And my life has not been any different. There have been always obstacles when I've tried to do something. So with that, I can establish myself as a witch. Now, coming to flower witch, who is a flower witch? So, since childhood, I have grown up in an environment where flowers have been a very integral part of our lives. So, for instance, my paternal and my maternal grandmothers, they both loved flowers to the extent that they named my pishi or my mashi. My pishi is called Jui, which means jasmine, and my mashi is called Joba, again, both from flowers. And my mother, of course, has a penchant for flowers, and because of that, when I was in KG, for a Go As You Like contest, I was dressed as a Kashmiri girl, a Kashmiri flower girl, and I went for it. So I guess, flowers have been there for a long time. But as I grew older and I started using essential oils, so my first introduction to flowers was, of course, the beauty of the flowers as well as fragrances that they have. And hence, I was drawn to essential oils. And when I took that sabbatical when I was unwell, at that time, I tried all allopathy medicines, and it was a bad case of asthma. But finally, I was able to heal myself through natural therapies like yoga, essential aromatherapy, especially with aromatherapy. And that's when I started studying it so that I could help other people as well. So, flower psychometry, what I practice, includes bark flower remedies. It also includes aromatherapy plus chakra healing as well as crystals. And I also read oracle cards, and I prefer to work with oracle cards which are based on flowers. And today, if the time permits, I can have three people ask me to read their cards if you want. We'll see how it progresses. While aromatherapy is still something which we are all aware of, bark flower therapy is something which is still not very common in India yet. Though there is a bark flower therapy, center. I mean, examinations are held now in India, and there are several bark flower therapists in the country. But yet, it's yet to come to the level that it should. People have inhibitions because bark flower therapy needs to be consumed, and and they feel that that's a problem that they first encounter. So to get over that and encourage people to start using bark flower therapies, I thought that the best way to do that would be to use it topically. And hence my beauty brand, or my healing brand called Jhelum Loves, emerged. I started making beauty products which included bark flower therapy in it, so that people can start applying it, and when they see the results, then they can go on to start consuming them. So to give a brief background about what bark flower therapy is, it's a therapy which includes 38 flower remedies plus one remedy, which is a mix of 5 remedies, and it's called rescue remedy. So this was developed by Dr. Edward Bach in the 1930s, when he was a homeopath as well as a physician, and he felt that flower energy is able to it can have a synchronization with human emotions. So when we take flower essences, then our emotions also vibrate on the same level, and we are able to heal the emotions. And he also believed that the root of all ailments is somewhere in the emotional level. So when we start healing our emotions, things also start getting, we also start healing our body. So that was the understanding that Dr. Bach had, and we as his students and as his, we are also, we also believe in the same thing. Now, the remedies or Bhakra remedies are often confused with flower essential oils. The difference is that flower remedies or flower essences are flowers that are, they are put in water, and either they are boiled or they are kept under the sun, and from that like after 4 5 hours, that the flour is thrown out, and the water that is remains, that is used, that is diluted with brandy, and then it is made into stock bottles, much like the way homeopathy medicines are made. And then you take them, and according to your emotional needs, and that's how you're able to heal your emotions. So now, though it's just 38 remedies, these remedies, when used in combination, can heal any emotion under the sun. So, but it is all very personalized, and hence a Bhakra therapy consultation would be a lot like a consultation with a therapist. So, just to give you an example, we may be all of us are, whatever problem we are, none of us are free of stress. We all have problems. So stress is something, when a lot of people what is the remedy for stress? So there is no one single remedy for stress. We need to figure out that what is causing that stress. So sometimes a new role in a job can cause a lot of stress because you feel that I'm not competent enough, or you feel overwhelmed. So at that point, the person needs elm bark flower remedy to deal with the overwhelming emotions that he or she is going through. Then it could also be a happy change in life. So it could be, as I said, that a new role, or it could be a new phase in life where one is excited about it. So yet at the same time is worried about the fast pace of the change. That time, the remedy that kind of helps us sail through is walnut. That helps us, take it through. Stress could also be due to anger or jealousy. So in those cases, again, we will have to take remedies which are for the emotion of jealousy, and that is holly bakfla remedy. So this is just to give you an idea about how stress can be handled. Um, and then there are also other remedies which are far reaching, like crab apple, which helps in not it helps in clearing negativity out of our system. So those are the ways in which we can use, and there are 38 flower remedies. But what has to happen in India is that, of course, Dr. Bach's therapies are working very well, and his remedies are foolproof. But what about our Indian flowers? Can they be worked upon? So there have been some studies regarding that, and that goes back to the time of Lankapati Ravan. It is believed that he is one of the proponents of flower essences. So there is a dialogue between him and his wife Mandodari, where he is talking about the sensual aspect of flower essences, and it's a beautiful sensual dialogue that goes on between them, and where he talks about the healing power of flowers. Before we joined in, we spoke about flower power of the 70s and the hippie culture. So that also was all about freedom of expression, and being able to lead a life which is close to nature. So flowers are never gone out of fashion, and it comes back again and again in different forms. So right now, again, there has been an interest in flowers, and people are waking up to the fact that flowers are not just beautiful and fragrant. Flowers also have immense healing powers. Now, coming to some, you want to say something? So coming back to fragrances, it's in aromatherapy also. If you look at the essential oils that we generally work with, most of them are flower based. There are some wood based oils like cedar wood, sandalwood, but most of the time that we are working, the essential oils that we work with are lavender, rose, jasmine, frangipani. So those are also those are the common and the most easy to use essential oils, because these can do without a carrier oil. You can apply directly on your skin, leaving out the eye and the mouth area. There you need to dilute it a bit, and they are not as strong as the essential oils that are derived from spices. So flowers also, the essential oils again is not just about being a beautiful smell. Of course, jasmine and rose have beautiful smells, but they also have healing powers. And it's aroma, while it's called aromatherapy, it is not just it's not inhaling the fragrances which it cures the it helps to a certain degree. Like for instance, if you smell, say, orange, the smell is such that it immediately makes you happy. So that brings me to the perfume called Happy by Clinique. It's the moment you smell that fragrance, you feel cheer, and that is what and that's the kind of effect that a scent may have. But on a deeper level, essential oils, when applied on the skin, on mixed or with carrier oil or with water, it's also able to address skin concerns and as well as health concerns. So for instance, if you have blemishes on your face, there is the citrus oils like lemon, orange, lime. They will help in reducing that pigmentation. Then suppose you're not being able to sleep well, then uh, lavender oil will be a great help. So if you apply a bit of one a drop of lavender oil between your brows, where the bindi or the brow chakra, that's if you apply it there, then it helps you in sleeping very well. And it also slowly and gradually will remove dark circles under this under eye dark circles. Yeah, and also lavender again, when we are talking of lavender, if one were to give you a choice to pick up one essential oil for your lifetime, and so the though of course I love geranium and rose and jasmine, I would still pick up lavender because it is a universal healer. So suppose you're feeling a little heavy, and we've all had Durga Puja and we've eaten what we are not supposed to eat. So just a drop of lavender oil, if it's massaged on your belly, it will help in digestion, and it can also soothe stomach aches. Lavender oil works brilliantly when there is a cut, burn, or allergy on your skin. So you can just directly apply lavender oil, and that's when the lavender oil's benefits were discovered. That when in laboratory, when a scientist was working on a concoction, he burnt his hand accidentally. So there was a beaker of water and there was a beaker of lavender oil in front of him. He thought the beaker of lavender oil to be the water, and he dipped his hand into it, and late, and he realized it immediately, but when he took it out, slowly the skin had started healing. And this is also an experience which I have gone through before a very important program. I had there was a skin my skin had got burnt, and due to like applying a cream which was abrasive. And I didn't know that. I was at that time a beauty writer with Harper's Bazaar, and I used to try out everything that was that was sent to us before I wrote about it. So, but anyways, it took a toll on my skin. And a friend of mine told me that apply seaweed gel mixed with lavender oil on your skin at least like 5 to 6 times. And when I started doing that, I saw the skin healing, and within 24 hours, the skin had the raw skin had dried and the skin was peeling off. And by the evening, I was able to go for the event without any scar or any marks. Yeah, there was nothing left on my, there were no remnants of that scar on my skin anymore. So that's the beauty of the lavender essential oil. And so flowers are used as their essences. It can be used for the aromatic properties as well as for healing. Healing topical, topically as well. In, I think someone needs unmute. Sorry, mute the
There's a
thing.
lot of intercepts.
Okay. So flowers can be used that way. Then we also have had a tradition of wearing flowers. So that is something which had slowly gone out of trend. But again, I see a revival of wearing flowers in your hair has come back. Going back to instead of using, there are a lot of
I think
artificial.
there's a lot of disturbance. We need to.
Mute themselves, please.
I think the admin can mute everyone.
There's specifically two guests we can't mute. One is Rotarian Devi Prasad Mathu, and the other person is Mrs. Chatterjee. You can request kindly mute yourselves.
I think the host can mute everyone. The host.
Particularly these two guests, we are unable to mute. We are muted all of the other guests, but unfortunately, it cannot be muted.
Shubhajit,
I've done the needful.
Shubhajit, can you please mute Ajay?
I'll try.
That is where the disturbance is coming from.
Ajay.
Yeah, now mute everyone.
There is no disturbance from my side, Captain Sen.
Okay.
You still have some more to mute, Shubhajit.
Yeah, unfortunately, they cannot be muted. I'm trying, but the mute, they are unable to be muted. I mean, Mrs. Chatterjee, Rotarian Shobhan Kumar Das, and Devi Prasad Basu. Devi Da.
Also, Shoilen Bhomik, Dr. Shoilen Bhomik, try and mute him. Ajay, try to mute him.
I think they have to mute themselves. I'm mute them.
Already muted. I just unmuted and I'm speaking. If you're talking about Mrs. Chatterjee and myself, I muted myself from the beginning of the.
Yeah. We still have Devi Prasad. If you can unmute, can mute him, or if he can mute himself.
I think the disturbance has died down, so we can.
Yeah. Okay, please continue.
Yeah. Oh God, it's still there.
Yeah. It's coming from Ajay. Okay, please go ahead.
Okay, so
It's not coming from me, I can show you.
Yeah, now it's okay. Ajay, you have muted yourself now, but Devi Prasad is still unmuted.
দেবিদা তুমি একটু মিউট করে নেবে প্লিজ তোমার এটা
Sorry about this, Jhelum. Now you can continue. Please go ahead.
no problem. So wearing flowers is also something which I was inspired by my mother. So I have, when they went to Kashmir for a vacation, so there were beautiful pictures where my mother would wear a fresh flower tucked behind her ear, which matched with the sari that she was wearing. So that got me interested in that. And also during the Doordarshan days, there was the news reader, I'm just forgetting her name. So she used to wear a rose behind her ear, and I found that very elegant and beautiful. So while I was working on my book Phool Proof, I started wearing flowers again, and they were not the real flowers. I was wearing the synthetic ones or the artificial flowers, but yet it kind of helped me go back to the yesteryears and that graceful and that very dainty touch to your look, that it helped me go back to it and get inspired from it. So these days there are a lot of these flowers there in the market, but wearing the fresh flowers still makes a lot of difference. I remember earlier in many of the Rotary functions when we would be celebrating Poila Boishak or Robindra Jayanti, when you entered the room, you were given a garland of jui or belful. So that also remains as a very strong memory from my childhood, and so that's why what I do to keep that memory alive is in my room I keep a little bowl of flowers with jasmine, or it can be chapa whenever if I get them, and also sometimes in the winters desi gulab petals. And these fragrances, they also not only do they look pretty and fragrant, but it also has a very calming effect on me. So that's something again you could you introduce in your own life and feel the benefit of flowers. Flowers as a gift was also, and it continues to be a tradition, or as a gift it is all, it's one of the preferred gifts. But earlier, again going back to the 70s, Rajnigandha, the film there was also a film called Rajnigandha, and even Rajnigandha flowers were carried to someone's home, or it was brought as a gift for expression of love. So that was a tradition where we used Indian flowers. However, down the years, we have moved to zarberas and lilies and other, international flowers. But somewhere that simplicity of Indian flowers and their fragrances have gone out, and that's something which we can revive perhaps. So in the next time you want to gift somebody flowers, it would be a great idea to get a little bowl of brass or copper, and in that put in some jasmine garlands, or you can put in desi gulab petals and wrap it in maybe a banana leaf or something, and take it to your friends or to whoever you wish to gift that flower. So it works as a beautiful gift. You could even take it as a basket, a cane basket in that as well. But I love the concept of giving it in a copper vessel. So that's again something that you can do. And flower wearing can also be decorative in the way you decorate your home. It could also be patterns of your curtain, or the wearing flowers could also be floral patterns that you wear. And floral patterns, again, like flowers, are somewhere, they're always in trend. So that's another way of wearing flowers. Now, use of flowers does not end here as well. We also eat flowers. We may not consciously do that, but eating or using flowers in our food is also a very prevalent thing in India. And one of the best examples is mocha. So that's a banana flower that we eat very often on specific days. I've forgotten which days you're supposed to eat and which days you're not supposed to eat that. But on other days, you can also, I remember the pumpkin flowers, my Didu used to fry them with besan and batter, fry them. And that's also a nice way of consuming flowers. My book also has several recipes which I've collected from my friends, family, and my colleagues, and put it together on how they have flowers, on which form they eat flowers. So you will also find those recipes there. And as for making your own flower essence, there is, I would suggest that you do 2 in the next few weeks, so that you are able to understand or benefit from it. One is, get some fresh jui flower or bale Phool, or you can get desi gulab. So immerse them in water and keep them. I believe in the energy of the moon. So instead of sun or the fire, keep these these flowers, soak those flowers in water and leave it under the moonlight. And Loki Puja is, I think, tomorrow. So you can try it tomorrow, because that's going to be a time which is very, very auspicious, and it is also powerful energy that we will be going through. So if possible, try to keep these 2 flowers at least. You can even go with more. So you can take joba, you can take oparajita, you can even take goluncho if you find it close by, and you soak them and keep. And then the next day, throw away the flower, strain out the flowers, I wouldn't say throw it away, make a paste of it so that you can use it as a face mask, and or you can even dig the ground and you can bury them there. But the best thing to do is use it up as a face mask. Now, these waters that you have created, put in a little bit, fill them in a water bottle and put in a bit of alcohol. It can be the best thing to do is to put some good grade vodka or brandy, and it helps it store it for a longer time. The water doesn't go bad. And then take a few drops of that essence that you have created, and you can see how it feels. So take a few drops, close your eyes, feel, is there any, try to observe if there is any change, or if you can think of something, if there is, whether you feel warm or you feel itchy or you are feeling restless, see how you feel, or maybe you feel calm, and write that down and see which flower essence works best for you. So that is the way in which you can create your own flower essence. And as a witch would do, you can put in a spell while making that concoction, and it should have a better effect on you. So before I close this, I will just share with you one spell that you can think of using. So this is called, it's in the form of a poem that I've written, and it is called Romancing the Rose. It says, after her evening bath with the oil of rose, she anoints her brow and heart. On the floor, she draws a circle with petals of 9 desi gulabs, and then steps into the ring, armed with a photograph and a flaming rose in hand. As the sun mellows and the moon swells, spirit of love, protect and keep together me and my soulmate. Illuminate our home with a rosy glow. May joy, peace, and hope overflow. On Friday nights, when the stars shine bright, the flower witch casts a spell thrice. So this is what she says. As the sun mellows and moon swells, say that, that could be a spell that you read out 3 times, looking at the water where the flower is immersed, and believe that it is going to take care of your wish. So with that, I end this session. If you have any question answers, if we can take them now, that'd be great.
Sounds like stuff fairy tales are made of.
Before anybody else asks a question, I just wanted to share this with you. When I was in Chicago this year, so we used to go to the farmer's market. One fine day, the wizened old man, he calls my daughter and says, I have lilies for you. I thought flowers, to decorate. We had already bought very nice flowers. So I told her, don't go. We've already bought the flowers. She said, no, let me have a look. And there were lilies to be eaten the way we eat our pumpkin flowers.
Okay.
We bought it and we put it on a pizza and we made it. So there are ways of eating flowers.
Yeah.
Acha, Sandeep had a question. Sandeep, please go ahead.
No, it was a really interesting talk, Jhelum, and thank you for that. I just want to know one where we can buy your book. Is it available on Amazon?
Yes, it is available on Amazon, and it is called Foolproof. And please do buy the book. It will always help me.
Sure. And I like this thing about flowers being used curatively, but you added another dimension with the spell and all that. How much of it is actually belief, and how much is, I don't think there would be a science behind it, or is there?
No, there is no science behind it. It is, everything is a belief, everything is your faith. So if you want to believe it, you believe it. And it's a beautiful, I think it's a very beautiful life to, a life is very beautiful when you start believing in these pretty things and these forces of nature. You come closer to yourself.
People, chefs abroad, especially international chefs, use a lot of flowers in their dishes,
Yes.
They use nasturtium and things like that, which we generally tend not to eat and all that. So is all that given? Which are the safer flowers to eat, and how to eat them in your book?
So Indian flowers, especially, I have, there are several recipes there. But what is something that we need to keep in mind in India is that if you yourself aren't growing the flowers, so maybe, you may have rose or jasmine at home, and maybe hibiscus as well. So that what exactly is going into the soil. It's not any synthetic, and dangerous stuff. There is no, so what you are growing. So that's something which you can safely have after washing it, and you can consume that. But otherwise, it's very difficult to understand and judge whether that flower can be eaten or not. So something which you don't know, something which you are not aware, if it's a flower that you don't know, or if it is from a source which you don't know, then be a little careful about it. If you haven't heard about the flower, better not to experiment with it. But if you know the flower, and then the ozonizers that you have at home now after COVID, the way you ozonize your vegetables, in a similar way, ozonize the flowers. Otherwise, if you are boiling it or cooking it, a lot. Yeah, so that also helps in protecting protecting yourself from having something which is not good for your health.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Excuse me, you were talking about some products. Can we get it through online?
Yeah, you can get it from my website, and it is called Jhelum
Especially
Loves.
that lavender oil you were talking about, which is very, means can be used for so many reasons.
Right. So lavender oil, you will find it in Amazon. Just look for 100% pure lavender oil. But if you're looking at, if you need any blend with flowers, then there is, you can look at essential oils. Then you can look at my range of products, which will have.
Yes, I want from there only.
Yeah, so it is jhelumloves.com. You can purchase it from.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Anyone wants their cards to be read? We can take a couple of them if there is time for it.
Rotarian Amrita, our president, wants the card to be read for her.
Okay.
My daughter is very interested in this topic. She was around. She was too shy to join in.
Okay. So we can always connect on Zoom later with her separately and do this for her.
Yes.
We'll be very happy to know that Sandeep and Anu have already ordered the book from Amazon for you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
That's Rotary,
Yes.
Yeah, thank you for encouraging authors.
Just that my phone is engaged.
Yeah. So who wanted you wanted
Amrita Basu,
right?
club president.
Right?
Okay. So if you have any question in mind, Amrita, then you can.
Can it be about my daughter?
Am I audible?
Yes.
Devida wants to ask a question. Devida, go ahead.
Devida, after this, she's going to read out a card and then you can come in.
Okay. So, you can, Amrita, think of a question that you would like to ask, and I can pull out the card and I can give you. So first thing to understand, the card is not going to predict what's going to happen, but it can give you a direction as to what your life, which your life would go, and how you can use how there will be advice as to how to go through the next phase of your life. So if you can just think of it, Amrita, just close your eyes and focus on one question, and then we'll take a reading of the card. Okay, so the card that has come up for you is endurance, and you can see that it is a cacti, and it has also got a pipevine swallowtail butterfly, which also looks like a dragon. So this card is specially for flowers and butterflies, And it also has a dragon, and the dragon energy is very strong. In fact, if you believe in the power of dragons and the magical creatures, Kolkata is, a portal for dragon energy, it is believed.
Okay.
So it's a very it's a card which of course tells you that whatever you're going through, or whatever is your question, you need to have endurance and patience. And only when you're able to endure does not mean that you suffer silently. Endure means battle through your challenges so that you are able to come out as a winner. So sometimes what we think is going to be the win-win situation can be very different from what we have imagined. If we continue to endure, if we continue to have faith, then the reality could be, the outcome could be far better than we had ever thought we would be able to achieve. So does it some light?
Yes, yes. The question I had in my mind, I don't mind sharing. I was,
Yeah.
worried about my daughter. She's in the 9th and she's about to sit for her boards, and she's more interested in, non-academic pursuits. So we are a little worried what to do, this exactly answers my questions. I just need to, give her the support and bear with it and persevere. And maybe, the future has better things than I can even imagine.
Of course, and just believe in her. I think that would make a lot of difference. Believe in her potential.
Right.
Jhelum, a friend of mine is here. Her name is Orunima, and she asks, can you please tell me which flower will help in sleeplessness? Which means which flower would help her to get sleep. So
okay. So one I told you was lavender oil. That is the essential lavender essential oil that you can use. The other flower remedy that you can use is white chestnut. So white chestnut is a bark flower remedy which is given to people who can't let their mind rest. And sleeplessness occurs when your mind is on an overdrive. So this remedy helps you calm down your thoughts, and it kind of helps you to sleep better. And apart from that, there is a product that I have called Dreamcatcher that helps in not only helping you sleep better, but it also takes care of your under eye dark circles, or if you have scanty eyelashes or eyebrows, it also helps in that. To use that, first put it on your on the brow, and then on your eyebrows, then on your lids, and that should give you good sleep. And you can keep a bowl of jasmine by your bedside.
So the Dreamcatcher is also an ointment? It's also an essential oil?
Dreamcatcher is a product, as a concoction that I have created, and it's available on my website, or you can get in touch with me direct. That's also fine.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Devita, you can go ahead with your question, please. Thank you. Devita?
I don't have any question. Yes. All I want to say to Jhelum, I'm seeing you after probably 30 years. And if I'm not mistaken,
okay.
The
question is for me and not for Jhelum, right?
No, you keep quiet. Let him talk. Devita, bolo to.
Go ahead, Devita. Bolun.
This is Captain Sen.
RK.
The Captain Sen. Only, give my regards to Orjunda and Ruby, because
Orjunda is here.
Orjunda is online.
Contact. Is there? Orjunda is online.
Yeah, he's online.
Yeah, he's online, I think.
Yeah, he's online.
Yeah, he's online. Okay, did you have a question?
Jhelum, can I ask you
Amrita
something? This is Amrita.
Yes,
okay, Amrita, go ahead. Yeah, Amrita, go ahead.
Yeah. So first of all, thank you for this
I'm
session.
speaking from.
It was very informative. Thanks a lot.
Now, একটু hold করুন. After that, you can come in.
Yeah. So thanks for the lovely session. It was very informative. And yeah, would like to know whether, flowers can also be used for rejuvenating hair. Is that possible? Yeah. Could you just elaborate on that a bit? Which flowers go well with, hair oil it stimulates hair growth.
Okay, so we have all heard of Joba Kushum oil, and no
Yes,
matter
right,
whether you
right.
like it or you don't like it, it does
It
have, and
works.
hibiscus flower is very good for health. Sorry, for
Okay.
your hair health. You can use hibiscus carrier oil as a oil to massage your hair. You can
Okay.
even use hibiscus as a paste to give your hair a bit of a color. So it can give a red tinge to your, or like, it's not a red tinge, it gives a brownish red tinge. When you mix it with coffee, it gives a deeper color. So
Okay.
you can use hibiscus for that as well. And there are other essential oils like ginger, onion seed, and frangipani, cedar wood. These are again oils that are essential oils which are beneficial for hair regrowth and hair health. And again, at the cost of kind of advocating my products, I do have a range of hair care products. So, and
Oh,
there
that's
is a,
fantastic.
yeah, so you can always get in touch with me separately where we can discuss this.
Sure, sure. I will certainly. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Anybody else?
A lot of disturbance in the internet connection.
It's having issues with his internet.
Disconnected.
He's got a bad connection from Shantiniketan. That's why bolte pachchen na. Anybody else has any questions?
I have a question. It's not a question. I would like to ask this. How much of this is psychology? How much of it is science? The power of flower. I mean, is it working on the mind that it heals, or is it really science?
See, it isn't science, and a lot of it, is aromatherapy and essential. The others, even are Ayurveda. There are, concoctions that are, there are blends that are made, and they have had, of course, like essential oils. You can go down to the elements that are there that make the essential oil. So there are, the chemistry of that is there. But what happens is that it cannot be created in a lab, in a laboratory, because the kind of essential oils that we use in or I use in my therapy are pure grade essential oils, which are extracted directly from plants, and they are not diluted with anything, and they have and they can change from time to time depending on the weather, the soil, and also the intention with which the farmer has grown the flowers. So a lot of it goes into that, and while you can recreate that, the chemical formula of the essential oil, you will, many a times you will not be able to create the healing effect it has. So that is one thing. There is no such detailed scientific research as yet. Bach flower remedy is very, very nascent right now. Even if it was in the 1930s, there is a lot that can be done. But if you believe in alternative therapy, if you believe in this definitely kind of works for most people.
Thank you.
It works for me.
There's a question for you. Where can I get pure lavender oil?
You can get that online. Just type in Amazon 100% pure lavender essential oil. You will be given several options you can buy from there.
Arunima was the one asking that question.
Okay, Jhelum,
Yes.
This dead flowers. Now, I've heard about this, but I just wanted to hear from you. I believe it's not good to keep dead flowers. That means you have received flowers, and like generally what we do, once you have received some flowers, you come back home, you put it in a vase or something like that, and try and keep. What is the effect of dead flowers in at home? I mean, when you keep dead flowers, is there any effect at all?
See, that is with anything, any other element in your home. So if you have something which is not, like if it's vegetable which has gone dry, or it is stagnant, and dead flowers are actually stagnant energies. So it is best that once the flowers are have lived their lifespan, you can either you can put it in the soil, or you can make a paste out of it and use it. But again, if there are flowers that you have got from somebody, and it is from one of the chain of flowers that are there available in the country, it is not very safe to use them on your skin. So in that case, it is best to dispose them.
Okay, but no, my question was not there. My question is keeping dead flowers in the house. Does it have any negative energy?
Yes, yes, it
negative
will be. Anything that is stagnant, anything that is dead can create negative energy at home. So it is best not to keep it.
So what about dry flowers?
Dry flowers are still, they have their, the smell is there. It is still working at that level. So potpourri and dry flowers that you use for room fragrances, they do work well. They still have some sort of an energy in them.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else has any questions? Okay, we're done. Back to you, Amrita.
I must say this has been a very unique evening, because this topic itself is so unusual, and I'm sure 90% of our audience today, they haven't really had they haven't attended a talk of this kind. So I think, at the same time, as it is enlightening, it's also very entertaining. I found this very fascinating. The moment you ended, I said, it's stuff that fairy tales are made of. So of course, everything that, flowers stand for everything that is good in on earth. So when you use that power for any form of healing, it's needless to say that it has it has to be good for everybody. So I would extend my deepest gratitude for your making this time this evening and enlightening us on this very, very unknown subject. And if there's anybody else here who would like to ask our guest a question, anybody else?
No, no one else.
No one else? Okay.
I just want to say something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we have Shamim, past President Shamim from Bangladesh. I think he has a question.
I was looking at, I saw a few more.
Past President Shamim, please go ahead. Yeah, please go ahead.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening. This is Past President Shamim from District 328 to Bangladesh. I have enjoyed the session and very much informative and interesting session also. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
I would like to tell Jhelum this, that past District Governor Rajanida was here and he's written excellent session. Thanks, Shamusri. It should be thanks, Jhelum, actually. But I got the credit because I asked her to speak today. So, and even Deepak Agarwal from 3240, he has written excellent, rejuvenating, motivating session. Thank you so much. So everybody's been writing good things. And my friend Ornima just left. So I sent her about that 100% essence of lavender to go online and check. In case she needs some more information, I'll
connect her
to you. Yeah. Does anybody else?
Jhelum, do share your website with us.
Yes, if you could show it in the chat box.
It's in the chat box. Have a look.
Oh, okay.
Just scroll it and check it.
Oh, got it. Thank you.
jhelumloves.com.
Yeah.
So if anybody else has any comments to, any kind of thing they want to say to Jhelum, go ahead. We have time.
Excellent session and very unique, and really it is taken us into a different world and very close to the environment. And definitely till time I have not used lavender oil or anything related to the flower, but henceforth definitely I'm going to.
Thanks.
Nagjoti is a fighter for environment. She's an environment engineer, actually. She's doing fantastically well. She's known worldwide as a Rotarian, and who's really working very hard on environment. And I'm so happy that she was able to join us. Thanks, Nagjyoti. So sweet of you to be with us.
Yes, sir. I would now.
Devashish Dasgupta, please go ahead.
There are more questions coming.
Devashish Dasgupta, yeah, please go ahead.
Unmute করেছে তো। Can't hear you.
শোনা যাচ্ছে না?
सही बात है, दूसरा का जिंदगी बर्बाद करके।
I think Shutopa also is there. She's attending the meeting for the first time.
Shutopa, would you like to say something? Just unmute yourself.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, I'm sorry that there were some issues while I was joining. Can you all see me now?
Yeah, we can see you.
Yeah, wonderful. I mean, I'm really very happy meeting you all here. And thanks to Jhelum, because she took the initiative to bring me in this beautiful group. And I'm really thankful to her. We have been friends for many years now. And as you all can already see, that she's a wonderful soul and she does some amazing work. And I think the greatest strength of her is the way she writes, about everyday life, be it in the form of poems or through novels. I think everything that she does is wonderful. I'm just happy to be part of this group and hope that I can learn a lot from you all. Thank you for bringing me here, and I hope to meet you all in person one day. Yeah, what do I tell about myself? I'm just, currently I'm doing my postdoc from King's College London. I'm a sociologist and economist by training, and I have been working in the development sector for quite some time. That's in brief my background. But I'm really, happy and excited to, be part of this group, as I said, and also hear such, very unique kind of, issues and subjects that today Jhelum has brought in, and I'm sure there will be others that I can hear from, So really looking forward to connecting with you all, and thank you once again. Thank you very much.
Good to meet you.
Thank you. Same here.
Look forward to having you amongst us.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Today, I was trying your number. I couldn't get through.
Oh, is it? I mean, I don't know. I'm so sorry about it.
I'll try you again.
And Amrita, please add them in our group.
Yeah.
Right. She will.
So that they also know. And then we will catch up with Shutopa later on. Today we heard a lot from Jhelum.
Next, we will listen to Shutopa, what she does.
Surely.
Absolutely.
And that would be a pleasure. Thank you. Yeah.
Yes. In fine, I would request our president-elect, Rotarian Manish Naik, past president Rotarian Manish Naik, to please tender the vote of thanks. Manish, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah.
So indeed, it was a wonderful event. So first of all, thank you, guest speaker Jhelum Biswas, to take out time to enlighten us about the power, the beautiful flowers process to heal. Also, the numerous usage they have. Thank you. Thanks are due towards fellow Rotarian of other clubs of District 3291 and other districts official, and also friends of Rotarians to attend this session. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Manish. Yes. With the permission of the other club members, if there is no other.
I think Arundhati's daughter has a question.
Yes.
She's hungry.
The club secretary's daughter has a question.
Just a turned 1 yesterday.
Yeah. She's a petite. Jamun reminded me of our daughter when she was 1, and she used to be called the petite fleur.
Little flower.
Petite fleur means a small little flower who's become a rather big flower now. And Jhelum, one more person has already booked your book, Abhijit Agarwal. He's from Port Blair, but now he's planning to come to the mainland, and he's my brother's dear friend from college. And he's very good. He does fantastic quizzes and debates and GK stuff and all that. So, you know, it's very good for Interact and Rotaract clubs, what he does. I requested him to join, and he's already inspired enough to want to have your book. So he's already done it.
Thank you.
See, Rotarians are such active people.
Thank you so much for having me over today. And if it is fine, then can I take your leave? Because
yes, go and enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
I think you need to close the meeting. Are you going to close the meeting now?
Yes, yes. With no other business to conduct, I am terminating the 1115th regular meeting of Rotary Club of Calcutta.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jhelum, and we'll see more of you.
Thank you. I hope to. Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye to everybody. Thank you for joining us.
Bye. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you to everyone.
Each and every one of you. Amrita, thank you for being there.
Amrita Sen, thank you for joining in.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
Thanks
it's
for
lovely
the
to see
invite.
you. Yeah.
Vijaya, thanks to everyone.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Same to all of you. Shubho Bijoya. আর তো কালকের পরে আর বলতে পারবো না এটা। Bye, Nagjuti. Bye, Shonai.
Bye, Kaki.
Thank you. Thank you for invitation.
Welcome.